Hi, everybody. This is Pam in Montserrat again. Today, we're going to talk about mastitis, which is an infection in the breast that happens to nursing moms. It tends to happen to women who are doing too much and under a lot of stress. Stress will definitely, um, you know, trigger mastitis in women. Um, you should not stop breastfeeding, even though it hurts. I know it hurts really bad. I had it like 3 times when I was nursing my baby before I figured out how to deal with it. It is painful. It is not harmful for the baby. The milk is fine, and it will help the mastitis clear if you keep breastfeeding. There's usually a knot in the breast, which is a plugged duct. And that is like if butter is cold and it solidifies, but then when it warms up, it melts and is free flowing. That's what you can do to help with the mastitis. One thing, we're going to give you several options, both Montserrat and I. We approach it from different directions, but one thing is to get a cloth with hot water and put that on the lump, if there is a lump, which is the plug duct, to help melt that. And then when you put your baby to the breast, the baby helps to suck that out and clear that. Another thing is an herb called poke root, Poke, like poke yourself. And it is a very powerful herb. It's very strong. You would take only 2 drops, 2 to 4 drops twice a day, but it will usually clear mastitis within 24 hours without the need of anything else. Um, if you take too much, it can make you throw up. Some parts of the plant are toxic, but not the part that we use, which is the root, and we use the dried root at that. The fresh root, if you handle it with your bare hands, it can also make you a little queasy, but we use the dried root just to give an extra layer of protection there. Um, but it is a very effective herb. There is a little leeway with that for myself anyway. When I had mastitis and was trying this herb, I was taking my herbs in the dark, which don't do that. That's not a good idea because I grabbed the poke root and I had 30 drops down the hatch with another 30 drops under my tongue before I realized this doesn't taste right, and I turned the light on. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick all night. But I wasn't even nauseous. So it was okay. My baby didn't have any problem. It was all okay. So there's some leeway there. Don't freak out if you accidentally take more than 4 drops at a time. Worst case scenario, you might get nauseous. Worst case scenario, you would throw up, but that's unlikely. But that herb in itself will really help clear mastitis within a day. I don't recommend taking it more than 5 days, um, but it's a miracle herb. So, Montserrat, what do you have to say about
Wonderful.
mastitis?
Yeah, so in this is interesting. In Chinese medicine, the liver channel runs through the breasts. So the breasts are governed or influenced by the liver channel. And now the liver channel and the liver organ system can easily build up heat when there's stagnation. So stagnant liver chi is like a lot of emotions, right? So like when there's emotional upheaval, increased stress, especially that will cause liver qi stagnation. And so liver qi stagnation you'll feel that in the breast. So women, even who aren't pregnant or nursing, they will have fibrocystic breasts or just like hard, tender, painful breasts during PMS. Um, and also, the heat that comes with stagnation will cause mastitis because the liver needs to flow. And if there's no energy flowing through the breast, the milk isn't going to flow, chi is not flowing, then chi gets stuck and then blood soon follows. So this can make your breast feel hard and painful and hot, and distended. Often this will happen, like you said, with stress or if you've missed feedings, if you have an oversupply or if you just have a lot of emotional upheaval. And I notice this with women who are working and they miss a pumping session and they're stressed and they're running around and it's so hard to not be stressed as a new mom anyway. So, um, definitely herbs are going to be your friend. And then self-massage is great. So in the shower, in a hot shower, I always recommend doing sort of this clockwise massage or counterclockwise, just and circles and just like, little circles around the breast, almost like you're doing like a breast check, a self test check, sorry, of your breast, but you're doing it in little circular motion in the shower, or you can do it with some oil. Like you said, the heat's going to help melt it away.
Mhm.
Now there's an accumulation. When there's an accumulation of the heat and the more severe mastitis, that can turn into high fever, an abscess, and you'll experience sharp pain. Now this is more toxic heat, and this requires usually a stronger intervention, um, more like strong herbs and possibly antibiotics. So it depends on like where you are with it. I love Pugong Ying, which is dandelion, and dandelion clears heat and resolves toxicity. Now it also goes through the liver channel, so it's going to go through that breast and
Mhm.
help clear. I've seen it clear mastitis in one day, like just really powerful amounts of dandelion. Jin Hua, which is honeysuckle, also a great one, anti-inflammatory. Um, and then there's also various formulas, but poke root, like you guys have that, it's very easily taken. I love that you have them in tinctures as well. Um, and then in terms of acupressure, which is very powerful, you can relieve and access energy points in the body. Um, the
Can I
best way. Oh,
Can I
sorry, go ahead.
interject something before we
Sure.
move on to that?
Yeah.
Um, Dandelion has different parts. Dandelion root is the part
Yeah.
that works on the liver. Dandelion leaf is used as a natural diuretic, and it won't really work on the liver too much, but it's great
Mhm.
for eliminating excess water and edema and swelling and stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to make
Right.
that differentiation
Yes,
for it.
definitely. Um, In Chinese medicine, the whole plant works on the liver, but it works on different levels.
I,
So that's great to know. I just learned something. I think I'm pretty sh I'm so the flowers are more for the external or the extremities,
uh-huh.
and then the root is for the deeper organs. So, yeah, dandelion root tea or tincture would be really powerful as an antibiotic, actually,
Mhm.
for any kind of infection. The other thing I want to share with you is points for mastitis. And, SI1, this point on your pinky here, at the very tip of your pinky,
Mhm.
right where the corner of your nail is, the upper part of the nail. Um, I'm just going to draw it on my hand. Can you see okay here?
Yeah, I can see that
Yeah,
at the
just that
corner of
little,
the
yeah,
nail.
corner of your pinky. That is also a promote lactation point.
Oh,
Bec Yeah, so the SI channel actually crosses through the back, but the front of that SI channel is the breast. So we're kind of like treating the opposite. But this point is great for lactation. It promotes lactation, especially when excuse me, especially when the milk is stuck. So, pressure on this pinky, you can even just rub your finger back and forth like that. You can also like bite on it. Like I know that's like
uh-huh.
a really easy technique, just gentle pressure with your teeth. Do it for both fingers, maybe even in the shower, while you're getting ready, while you're allowing your body to warm up, and allowing the shower, the warm water to hit your breasts, and you can stimulate those pinkies. Another one is LI4, so large intestine
Can I
4.
ask a question about that?
Sure.
So,
Mhm.
you said that it will enhance lactation. Will it help to make more milk or just get the milk flowing and get it
Great question.
unstuck?
Yeah, so it promotes the movement of milk.
Okay.
Um, so
Uh,
it also promotes lactation. So if there is like a low undersupply, it
mhm.
can help promote the making of milk,
Okay.
the
But
production.
if somebody has mastitis currently and they use that, that will just help to clear the milk is
exactly.
to get that milk going, not
Yeah.
necessarily keep the plug in place, but
No.
making more milk, which would make the situation. I think I got it now. It will just
Yeah.
clear that. That's awesome. That's great.
Pushing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's powerful. And LI4, which many people know as sort of like a headache point,
mhm.
it moves chi very strongly. So it's kind of in it's in that divot. Um, so you have, if you close your finger, your thumb and to your hand like that. So I'm
Uh,
going to do it like this. There is a bump. The highest mound there,
yeah.
that's where LI4 is. And so you
Okay.
can see it kind of like dip in
Oh, yeah.
as you open your hand. So you can massage that area, um, with your hand front and back like this. This is a great way to stimulate energy flow and chi. Any kind of chi stagnation. This is a great one, both hands.
Mhm.
Um, Now you want to be careful if you're pregnant. So don't do this if you're pregnant currently because this will stimulate uterine contractions. And
Okay.
it also moves energy downward
Okay.
strongly.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and so this one, along with LI3, which is the liver point on the feet, again, we're accessing the liver channel through this. And I'm just going to lift up my foot and show you where it is because I
Okay.
didn't bring a chart today. Um, so right here, between the first and second toe, if you run your finger up from that crevice up here, you'll feel a divot
Okay.
in between the first and second toe. Now that's the point. That's liver three, and it's tender. It's quite tender on most people.
Okay.
That is a really great point for acupressure.
And
And that's
what will that do?
that moves liver chi. So if
Okay.
you have stuck liver chi, like we said, from emotional stress,
Hmm.
um, that really helps to move. Along with the LI4, these points, they're called the four gates in Chinese medicine. And this is because they are sort of like the gates to all of the other channels. They help stimulate and move chi throughout the whole entire body.
Okay.
So, yeah, these are great points that you can use to kind of start moving the chi in your body. And then GB21 is another one. It's at the top of the shoulders. So if you look at this great big muscle right here. Well, it's not that big, but
Yeah.
the top of that muscle is often tense, right? Especially if you're stressed out. So this is a gallbladder point, and the gallbladder and the liver have a relationship. And so when it's both liver, or it's sorry, wood, the wood element. Now, when you're stressed out, this will be tight, and this point actually regulates liver chi by bringing it downward and calming the liver chi. So
Okay.
massaging the shoulders will actually help with that stagnation and
Oh,
help, yeah,
that's
the
very cool.
tension in the breast. Also not to be done with if you're pregnant, like
Oh.
with hard pressure, because
Hmm.
that pressure can also bring energy downward.
That's good to know.
Um, yeah, so there's a lot of little tricks that you can do if you have mastitis, and obviously the easy one is the herbs, and if you can do the acupressure while you're nursing or while you're in the shower,
Mhm.
these things will really help. And if you can't get to if you're not nursing or if you skip a session, definitely continue these practices so that you can prevent it from happening again.
Right, right. That's great advice. Yeah, like I said, moms who tend to be doing too much and going through the emotions like you're talking about, they're the ones who tend to get mastitis. And boy, we've been having a lot of people with mastitis lately.
Mm,
So anyway, here's
yeah.
some helpful things, suggestions that can help you through that and give you some tips on what you can do to make yourself feel better. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more videos soon. Bye.
Thank you.